Well, when I thought I'd be playing Age of Imprisonment all weekend, leave it to Nintendo to drop an open beta for Kirby Air Riders at the same time. Yeah, I completely forgot about this. Also, who in the world is gonna get up and play at 3 a.m. Eastern? Here's the meme. First thing that came to mind. Crazy start time aside, yeah, with Kirby Air Riders 2 weeks away, Nintendo is giving us a chance to play a portion of the game early at select intervals. 3 times this past weekend and another 3 this upcoming weekend. Basically, if you wanted to, every weekend of November, you could be playing Air Riders. And after just 1 weekend, I'm ready for the full release. I love the original Air Ride on Gamecube. Every Saturday after watching the Kirby anime, I either play Nightmare in Dreamland or Air Ride. Standard races were what I played most, but sometimes I just like to chill and drive around in city trials. This was honestly one of my favorite Gamecube games. Too bad my little brother decided to take a knife to it and cut it up. Never gonna let that go. Moving on from the childhood trauma, I was really excited to see Sakurai returning for a new installment, and after seeing both directs, the man is still dedicated to his craft. There's so much to play, and it's all in the complete package. No DLC, no nothing. It's all here. Just need to fork over $250 for 5 amiibos. Yeah, those things are nice, but man, my wallet's gonna cry. So what did the beta offer? Well, you had the lessons if you're new to Air Ride or need a refresher, which I definitely needed. The lessons have basic info, but more technical maneuvers like brake pumping, which can be useful on certain turns to maintain more speed. I do recommend skimming through these menus at least once, just to get an understanding of everything. The Air Ride mode offers 3 tracks to choose from, and a large assortment of racers and vehicles. The character roster is packed with old and new faces, which is especially great when you consider back in the original, we only got 4 Kirbys, King Dedede, and a Meta Knight. 2 of which we couldn't even swap the vehicles for. We also have returning vehicles along with some new additions. The CPU racers, as far as I knew, were locked at level 3 difficulty, which was fine, but when the full game comes out, I'll definitely bump that up. The races overall were pretty fun. Visually, they all looked beautiful with unique aesthetics, and the track layout offers cinematic bits and the occasional optional path or ramp to take to utilize your ride-specific traits. The first track is the standard course, best to get adjusted to Air Ride, more wide with enough space around turns so you can easily charge and boost. The rail segments is pretty and shows you can jump between rails to avoid attacks or stay behind a racer to gain speed. Waveflow Waters is like the medium difficulty track with more compact spaces. You can go through the water but will lose speed, so properly turning here is essential. And after getting shot out of a cannon and spinning around a whirlpool, you could either go left off a ramp and get a power up, or right and stick more to the ground. Mount Amber Falls is the hardest track, mainly due to multiple tight turns downhill, but you get to jump off a waterfall. Not sure if this will be the same in the full release, but each track had a set number of laps, with Floria Fields having 3, going down to 1 on Mount Amber Falls. Maybe Waveflow will go up to 3 laps, but with considering where Amberfall ends, this seems to be more of a Rainbow Road type of track. Overall, the tracks here are a good showpiece of how intricate they can get, and how visually distinct each one can be. Although it could have just been how I was playing, but races did feel kinda slow at times. I'm still getting accustomed to the game, so maybe after some time I'll get faster. Could have been also they slowed it down for the demo, or maybe I just picked a bad racer ride combo, but who knows. The copy abilities work like they did before. Even if you're not Kirby, you can get sword, fire, ice, etc. and defeat enemies to gain a boost or attack your rivals. Most are automatic, but others you can aim or charge for more damage. As a kid, I always go after the wheel just for the burst of speed. Electric was also fun. While Air Ride mode was solid, it was just stuck to offline mode unfortunately. What I and many others put most of the time into was city trials. Quick rundown, in city trials you and 15 riders start on this tiny little star and you drive around this large map to find a better vehicle and items to improve your stats. Increase your speed, charge, glide, attack, defense, whatever you can find or wish to focus on. Certain vehicles work better in certain scenarios, so best not to go out of your way to grab glide perks when you're using a wheel vehicle, for example. Although you can always change your vehicle mid-game, so if you feel like what you've been grabbing doesn't work well currently, you always have time to change it up. Or, you could also steal another vehicle if you want. I don't judge. The matches last 5 minutes, but honestly, with so much happening, it feels like they go on way longer. Hazards will fall from the sky, bosses and thieves will show up, or just for some reason, everyone gets tiny. There are so many different events that can happen, it at least makes sure that each match feels unique. Plus, there's also optional events to take part in, like Coliseum fights and small races. You'll be rewarded for how well you do, but if you rather roam to collect perks, you're more than welcome to. Depending on how well you do increasing your stats, the last minute you could be speeding like Roadrunner all over the place, ramming into every wall in front of you, or flying in the sky forever blasting through rings. If things get too crazy, you could try to get items to balance everything, or you just embrace the madness. When time is up, the game will display all your stats, how many items to grab, and info like max speed, offense, and defense. After that, it's off to the stadium. From a sizable assortment of mini-games, the game will select 4 for you to choose from. Based on your vehicle and stats, you pick whichever one you feel most confident in winning. The game does recommend ones best for your stats, but you're free to pick whatever. But maybe the game has a point on what they recommend. It could be a drag race, standard oval race, target practice, jump challenge, Coliseum fight, or something like hitting the most buttons. There's a lot to choose from, and since everyone gets to pick an event, you could either fight one person or maybe 5, or even fight no one at all and win automatically. Yeah, I was never lucky. I got a few wins, but even when I lost, it was still fun. I'll do better next time now that I know what to focus on. City Trial is where most people will be online. It's chaotic, fun, and pretty addicting. There are still areas I haven't reached yet and stadium events I didn't play, so I'm down to hop back in next weekend. Outside of these modes, there's also the paddock where you can socialize with people. Paddock? Paddock? You know what I mean. A cute little hangout area to set up matches, listen to music, and possibly spectate based on the big monitor. In terms of issues with the beta, I did have some connectivity issues. Getting into a City Trial lobby waiting for it to get filled up, only for more people to drop out and others to take their spot. I was stuck there for a while. I just closed the app and reopened it. This could be due to the time intervals and not enough people playing, so maybe for the full release it'll be better, or they'll just add CPUs to the matches. Besides that, there was one occasion where the game just didn't start and booted me back to the menu, but other than that, internet issues weren't that common, which was surprising considering the issues that popped up in Smash Ultimate. Guess they're improving. Or maybe I just got lucky. If you had issues, let me know. With that, that's everything the beta had to offer. Makes me really pumped to play the full game. The amount of content here, the other modes we have yet to play, and the aesthetic from the windscreen, announcer, and menus screams Sakurai. Small issues online aside, it ran very well for me, which is great considering I plan to play a lot of City Trial. It took a while, but it's great to see Kirby Air Ride return, and hopefully you guys are excited to try it out too. For those who have played the beta, what were your thoughts on it? You got a favorite vehicle? You getting the amiibos? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to know when I upload next. With that said, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you all later. Bye. $250. $250 for 5 amiibos. What if he makes more? I don't even have room for them.